How's the hair and makeup? How's hair and makeup? Pretty?
Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on.
Broken, but famous. Moving forward, never back. Not artist, not a fucking artist. The ghost that you started. They feel me. They bleed with me.
Too much shine on your face.
Oh, cheeks are red.
Are you drinking your beer on the
Pod? Why not? Not
True.
legal?
I'm gonna grab some koozies.
Or we could just shotgun it. Fuck.
Coors Light fucking sponsorship.
Yeah. If
Fucking Jeff.
if Shane could get a Bud Light, we can get a Coors Light. Drink it.
That was a good one.
I got that on video.
Why?
I don't know. We good?
Yeah,
You live?
You've been live the whole time.
Oh shit.
All right. Podcast episode 3. That is not Corey. This is Troy. Troy's in the hot seat for today, and I get to do the interviewing. So we're going to talk a little bit about Troy and everything and racing, his businesses. Let's jump in it. Hi, Troy.
Hey, thanks for having me. I wish I can get down to Kingman more often, but
Troy doesn't like to come and visit very often.
It's a far drive. It's
It's an hour and a half.
a long drive when you have kids and a wife. You'd rather spend time with your family than hang out with Cole. Just kidding. I love everybody equally.
All right, so for the people that don't know, you're Troy Barker. Give me a little bit. Where were you born? Where'd you grow up? And where are you living now?
Yeah, so grew up in Elko, Nevada, northeastern Nevada. It's a small town, probably about the size of Kingman. I haven't seen much of Kingman other than Cole Shop from the 40 over here. But it's a small town.
Mining town.
Mining town, gold mine. Gold mining town. More gold comes out of those mountains than anywhere else in the country. I think second to the world, or maybe the most in the world.
And when'd you move out of Elko?
For college, I went to UNR. So yeah, I graduated in 2011 and then went to college in Reno, Nevada. Spent 5 years there.
Couldn't do it in 4 years, huh?
I wish I could have, but
Come from the guy that has an associate's degree. Ha!
I
Loser.
enjoyed all 5 years of college.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. I wish I would have went to a big boy college.
Reno was a party school.
I bet it was fun.
We threw some ragers.
Now, what'd you get your degree in?
Mechanical engineering.
Smart guy.
I almost had a minor in business. I was doing my minor in business, but I needed 2 extra classes, like a finance 300 and some other class to get my minor in business. But
That's not that much fun.
I didn't want to go 1 extra semester just to get a minor.
So then, after you graduated college, where was the next stop?
Well, my spring break of my last year of college, I told my girlfriend, my now wife, to get a job wherever you want to live. I'll find a job wherever. I've never
That is true.
had trouble finding a job. I mean, I've worked since 15 and a half, Albertsons.
15 and a half?
Yeah, you got your permit.
Man, that's not very good child labor. You should have been out there at 8.
Well, I was working for my dad.
There's where the child labor comes in. Go dads.
Yeah,
Free labor.
That's how I earned my allowances, working for my dad through the summers.
Yeah. So then where'd you guys end up?
Well, so the spring break, I told my wife find a job wherever, and she ended up finding a job in Southern California. So I started looking at jobs in California. I never explored Southern California, so I was just looking on Google Maps. And
Is that where you met Sunset Van guys, the Murrays?
yeah, that was a little bit down the road, but so spring break, I set up a couple interviews down there. I had 3 different interviews. So I hit up all these companies and told them, hey, I'm going to be hitting Southern California for job interviews during this week. If you'd like to set up an interview, that'd be great. Love to come in. And So went spring break, went down there, hit the 3 interviews. On the way home, I already had 3 offers. So I had 3 options. I had a sales engineer for a Xerox company. Second one was for Whiting Turner Construction. And the third one was for Cognito Motorsports. I'm like, sales engineer? I'm not a sales guy. Get that out of the way.
Off-road, Cognito.
So it's construction, my background, my upbringing, what I knew, or my passion, trucks, automotive, off-road, Cognito. So I had options to weigh, but there was a big problem.
Don't you know the saying, though?
What?
You turn a hobby into a job, you ruin the hobby.
It's true. It's kind of happened.
It definitely is true. So obviously you went with
I
Cognito.
went with Cognito, even though the pay was less, I had less benefits, and it was 2 hours each way of driving, 125 miles each way from where we lived.
Oh,
My wife was working in Anaheim, Cognito's in Bakersfield, splitting the driving distance was about Pasadena area. So yeah, 250 miles a day I was driving up there, 4 hours.
your poor little car.
I bought a car just for that because
I would
had
too.
my Super Duty, and I was like doing the math. I was like, it's cheaper to buy a car, pay gas and insurance on a car than it is just fuel for my truck.
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting 7 miles a gallon.
You know how California gas prices. Of course, this was back in what,
2016.
2016.
Yeah, I'd fill up every day. In Bakersfield, I think it was like 226.
Not 226 anymore.
No, it's triple that.
Yeah. All right. So you stayed at Cognito for a while.
Yeah, I worked there, I was about 10, 11 months. And, my lease was coming up on my house. My wife had now moved on to site. She was building the Rams football stadium. So she was driving to Inglewood. So we were
She's
both.
also an engineer,
Yeah, she's civil.
civil engineer.
Yeah, I met her in college too, in engineering classes.
Well, that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
She's a
expect
smart
it to
one.
be in home ec class.
No.
All right. So obviously you've worked probably for a lot of people, and then Cognito, and I'm assuming then is that when you guys moved to Vegas?
No. So I worked at Cognito for 11 months, and then found a job at Brenthel. They were in Anaheim.
Everybody knows the Brenthal team.
Brenthel, yep. Brenthel, Baja Kits. Their engineer had just left. I was actually talking to an engineer at King, and he's the one that sent me the posting for Brenthel. So I applied, got a call 30 minutes later, asked if I can come in for an interview the next day. So called in sick and went to the interview. And
Called and said, "Is that what you do to me? Hey, I can't make it. I'm sick."
I have never
knew
once
it.
called in sick to you. I answer every one of your phone calls.
That is true. I think his wife, my fiance, probably hate us because we FaceTime each other every day.
Every day.
Every day. It's my boo.
I pretty much live here
Just,
virtually.
yeah, virtually.
Virtually.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, I worked at Brenthel only like 6 months. It felt like a lifetime, but I only worked there for 6 months, and then they almost went under. They didn't go under, obviously, because now they're huge, but they slashed their workforce pretty much in half, and was unemployed for about a month, applying to a bunch of different places, and I went to work for SEMA.
God, you're just kind of the
All over the place.
Yeah.
I was diversifying myself.
you're just a working hoe.
People, when I tell people I used to work for SEMA, they're like, "Oh, the SEMA show?" I'm like, "Yeah, we would go to the SEMA show. We put on the SEMA show, but we worked the rest of the year as well."
Yeah, and everybody knows the SEMA crew, so. But then after SEMA,
Well, actually, back it up to Brenthel, I was racing a Can-Am X3, and I was bending my front axles. They were bowing. I posted on Facebook Marketplace if anyone has any axles for sale. And Sean Schrader,
everybody
me up.
knows Sean.
he said, "Hey, I'll bring you some axles tomorrow." It's like, all right, sweet. So he brought them up to the Brenthel shop, and I went to go put the axles all together because he just gave me the shafts, and I noticed that they were the exact same, but my old one was longer.
Smart lock diff versus not smart lock
Yeah,
diff.
Smart Lock wasn't out though.
With
2017. So I'm like, hey, did you give me the right axle? He's like, oh, those are prototype axles. Let me come swap them out.
Yes, and for
So
the people that don't know, Murray team was one of the first Can-Am race teams, and probably one of, besides
Probably the
Dustin
most
Jones.
successful Can-Am.
Yeah, I would say probably the
desert
most
racing.
successful. One of the longest lasting. They just, I would say, maybe retired last year. I'm not really sure. I haven't really said much.
Yeah, I think they're done racing lease UTVs for now.
Yeah, maybe truck
There's
stuff
talks about truck stuff, but that'd be cool.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's he was working for the Murrays at the time.
Yeah,
And
great
he's like,
prep guy.
Hey, if you ever want to come pit for us, let me know. So yeah, sure.
And what year was that?
That was late 2017. So
Because I met you, I got my first side by side, I think, in 18, and
we didn't meet till 19 or
yeah, I was gonna say it had to been 19.
2019.
I don't remember exactly where it was at, if it was Baja or one of the state races.
I think it was the 1,000. You were co-driving for Jason. I think that was the year it rained out. It rained. Mm-hmm. They delayed it by a day, and you were the first leg with Jason.
Yeah.
I was just pitting with them.
So that's
That was the year there was a bottleneck, and you found a way around that.
He made me run down a mountain like a billy goat, and he followed me.
We were watching the tracker. It was like, oh shoot, there's a bottleneck, and then pretty soon, Murray's go through. Everyone else is still stuck, and you guys. Whew,
Yeah, we were up with the
out
trophy
there.
trucks. That was fun. I was tired.
Was that the race we won and then lost?
Yeah, because of the the VCP that we missed.
Yeah.
They didn't accept our bottleneck because as soon as we got through and got to the bottom, bottleneck just finally opened up, so we were in front of everybody. Then they cleared us, so they didn't. No time credit there.
Dang.
Still fun.
That was a fun one. We didn't, because you were down pre-running with them, and I didn't go down till tech, so
Yeah,
we
it
didn't
wasn't
really
till
hang
later.
out too much there.
No. But obviously we started talking and then hanging out a lot.
Yeah. Wasn't until, was that 2020?
Probably.
Was that the big rate when we did the long pre-run, 2020? I think it was.
Yeah, I'd have to look, but yeah, it was a point-to-point race, and we ended in Cabo.
We raced down.
Yeah. That was a fun one. We got to pre-run that whole entire section. And that was one thing I will give the Murrays is
They know how to pre-run.
fun. And it was amazing because there was not a lot of planning involved in that. You know, I mean, we had
There
a
might have
general
been, we
idea.
just didn't know it.
Yeah, we had a general idea where we were going, but the funny thing is about that trip is we headed down, we got to the border, we had all the side-by-sides. I don't remember what happened exactly, but Zach,
Well,
somebody had to they dropped us off before the border.
yeah, like the exit right before the crossing.
Yeah, and they had to
Crossing.
come back to get something. I don't remember what it was. So we all hopped in the UTVs, drove them across the border and down the highway all the way to Ensenada.
And then we never got stopped. Well, we did get stopped at that toll booth.
We got stopped at one of the toll roads because one of the taillights was out on the side-by-side, and sure enough, Chasen goes back there and gives it a good old turns back
It
on.
magically turns back
See,
on.
it works fine. And off we went. And we never saw the chase truck for at least like 2 or 3 days after that. It finally caught back up to us and met us. Otherwise, we drove the pre-run far as we could go, get done with the day, drive it to the hotel, wake up, do it again the next day. But it was probably one of the funnest trips that I've ever had.
Yeah.
We had a blast.
But that's you were a driver, the middle driver. We had 3 drivers that race.
Yeah, it was me, Jason, and Derek. I think I drove.
When did you get in? Nighttime, obviously.
Always
You were
nighttime.
the night driver.
I hate night driving. Was that the one where? Yeah, it had to have been the one. So I went from Bay of LA to just close to Loretto.
Loretto, yeah.
And it was like 5.
That was a long one. I think the whole
It
race
was like 12 or
1,200.
1,300 miles total. And I did 570 something miles. I did the longest section.
Was that might have been, I think that was my second 1,000
Yeah.
with the Murrays.
Then I-
Co-driving with the Murrays.
The only ones I haven't, I think I've just done the 500 and the thousands. I've never been down for the 250. And I don't remember if I did the 400s with them. I don't think we ever did.
I never did a 400 or a 250 with them. Yeah, it was always
Yeah, it was always the 500 or the
1,000.
1,000, which was obviously the big ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how we found each other. Now, we'll sidebar from before we get into your 10 million businesses that you own.
No, it's one business with a lot of
A lot of DBAs,
a lot of divisions.
Doing business as. How old were you and what were you racing when you first started? Obviously, as a kid.
As a kid, so I was racing. I've been racing since 7th grade. There was a Horse Palace arena in Elko, and they'd put on a race every winter. And growing up, we'd always go to the Sand Dunes riding quads. And my dad's like, "You want to race this?" We had a 250R, old '88 250R, 2-stroke.
No three-wheelers?
No, my dad, he's got 3-wheelers now, but when I was born, my mom got me, and my dad got a 300EX, Honda 300EX.
Oh, yeah.
That was his. She's like, "Oh, I want another kid." He's like, "I want a 300X," and that was a compromise. They both got what they wanted.
I'll give you a kid and I get a sweet three-wheeler. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, 7th grade, went to the Horse Palace race on a 250R. Never raced before, and I ended up winning. My dad's like, "You want to keep doing this?" I said, "Yeah, sure." There's a little local series up there. So, raced the 250R for that year, and then the next year we had a Z400, Suzuki Z400, 4-stroke. I think I raced that at the next. Did I race the Z400 first or the 250R? I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
We've slept since then.
But then once I started getting into it, and I was like, "Hey, let's get an actual 450 that everyone else has." So it was between the Yamaha. This was 2010 now. It was between the Yamaha and the DS450. Can-Am had just released their DS450. It was a state-of-the-art quad. It was ahead of its time. They just released it in '08. The market crash, and it didn't take off as well as it should have.
Yeah.
So yeah, I raced that through the ranks. I'm racing like quad cross in Southern California and dirt series.
And then you went to a RS1?
And no, after that, well, my last race on a quad, I ended up breaking my ankle, and my wife's like, "You need to get a cage." So I was working at Cognito. I was building their long travel kit for the X3. I was also building a long travel kit for the Yamaha. So I got a test drive them both. And the Yamaha, I was like, "Oh, this is cool." You know, shifting, getting the Can-Am. It felt like it lifted the front wheels off to the ground. I was like, "This is what I want."
Yes, they were fast.
So yeah, I raced dirt series for a year on 2 years in that X3. Ended up having a bad accident, doing a front flip on accident.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Back still hasn't recovered from that one.
Spinal. This thing, the Mike Tyson thing. I broke my back.
Oh, spinal.
What'd you break? Spinal.
Yeah. So the Murrays had told me, to get sponsorship when a new model comes out, get that model and go race it. So the RS1 came out and I bought it, decided to race it. First race was up in Knowles, Utah, like Bonneville Salt Flats. That area.
Yeah.
There was a desert race up there. So the RS1 was up in Elko, and I was in Southern California. Dad's like, "Oh, you should come to this race." So I flew up to Salt Lake, and then my sister and her boyfriend drove me over to Knowles, and this was the day before the race. I get in it to kind of get some seat time, because I never even sat in an RS1 before, and I started leaving camp, and I got waved down by one of the race volunteer guys. And he's like, "There's absolutely no rider. You're going to be disqualified." It's like, "Oh shoot!" So I went back. So I didn't even get to
You
see
never
how this thing
nothing.
was.
You basically drove around a parking lot.
Yeah. So it was a bomb rush start, and I thought I could 2-foot it, but I couldn't, and it killed it right on the start. Like, oh, what the heck? Started back up. So I'm dead last. Ended up winning that race. Never even raced in the RS1 or desert racing.
How was the
Driving
terrain
them
though?
all.
Was it pretty flat, or is there some rocky, mountainy stuff?
There's a lot of whoop trails across the salt bed. There's some dunes out there, so there's some dunes.
So back then in the RS1, what was your top speed?
Probably 76 or
Yeah.
under 80.
That's fast back then, though.
Yeah. And everyone was like, oh, because it was RS1 was brand new. Everyone was like, oh, what is this thing? You were killing it out there.
Those things are. I drove one. They're actually. I would own one.
Coming from quads to the RS1, it was pretty sweet.
I'm
you
kind of
still-
bummed that they
you
stopped
see your
making
tires.
them.
You're in the center.
Yeah, I like the idea. I'm kind of bummed that they stopped making them.
Yeah, it's sad that no one else, Can-Am or no one else decided to compete with them.
I don't know why. I mean, Polaris has always kind of been the first of many, and not a lot of people. Can-Am just does their own thing. Like how they haven't made a kids UTV blows me away.
Yeah.
You'd think they would
That's
by
the
now.
future of the sport, and they're not.
Yeah. If your dad's racing
far
a
as racing.
Can-Am, then obviously the kid's going to want to race Can-Am, but they don't get that option. So,
Well, they're racing the 170 or now the 200.
yeah,
You built the 200, didn't you?
yeah. Not a fan of the 200s.
I heard they're not as fast as the
No,
170.
they're pretty heavy and they're not as fast.
Well, I do like how they have like trailing arm suspension.
No,
on
I like the
radius rods.
suspension idea around it. They're
And
nice.
dual arms rather than the single.
570 was awesome, but they don't make the 570 anymore. So you pretty much all they think they got is just the.
They have
200.
1,000. I think they have like a 900 trail little one.
Yeah, like the 900 Ace or whatever it is, something weird. Yeah.
My dad used to have the first 800s, those little tiny ones. Those were fun.
Well, yeah, that was back when I remember they first came out. It was the Razor 800, and I'm like, oh, that thing's sweet. Then they came out with the Razor 800S. I'm like, that thing's even more sweet.
Then the XP 900.
And then you had the, Brandon Schuler, the Jagged X.
Jagged X.
Yep, they
thing.
came out with the Jagged X model, and then
Remember Robbie Gordon edition?
Yeah, the
Or-
Robbie
was that the
Gordon
four-seater?
edition.
Four-seater was the Robbie to get?
Yeah.
They didn't have a two-seater Robbie.
I don't remember a two-seater
Gordon.
Robbie edition.
Designed the Polaris. So they say.
So they say. Robbie's done all.
He's done everything. He
Everything.
owns everybody.
He does.
No shade to Robbie. He's probably pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
I've talked to him on the phone one time because I was a dealer for his speed side-by-side. And I had a customer that ordered a long travel kit. And
I like Robbie. Probably. I don't dislike
Have
the
you
guy.
met him? Have you talked to
Oh,
him?
yeah, I've met him a few times. He lives in Havasu, so he's close by.
Oh.
His son Max has always been a super nice kid. I've talked to him a few times at some races and stuff, but what turned me off with Robbie was, and this was as old as the Back in the Dust to Glory movie. And they had him pan in and like talking about him, and he was doing some interview or whatever, and he's started talking and then referred to himself in third person. Yeah, he's like, oh, Robbie flew in this morning on the helicopter at some odd time, and then Robbie's gonna go out there and pre-run. I'm like, you're Robbie. Why?
Someone wearing a Robbie skin suit?
Yeah, just started talking about himself in third person. I'm like, oh man, this guy's really full of himself. Has designed and built a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
Done a lot of stuff. Been in the
done
racing forever.
Yeah.
But I'm just a little bit too much ego for me. I mean, can't knock him. The dude is fast, so.
Yeah. His truck sounds sweet too.
The twin engine.
Is that what it runs two engines?
Yep. Front and back engine. The guy,
Sounds like an F1 car.
Yeah, I think that was a
NASCAR.
geyser built truck. Still racing that. He was doing good at the 500, but
Is that the one they would cover up everything through text so no one would see what they were doing?
back in the day, yeah. Hide it. I don't remember who the truck originally was built for. I don't know if it was Stacy Clyde. I can't remember who it was for, but and somehow he ended up getting the truck and still running it, and the truck's pretty old. Apparently working.
He should be racing the speed car.
He's
There needs to be more people racing the speed car. I think it's a great car. It might not have the power. Yeah, they got a bad rep that they didn't.
The brakes suck, and the engines I'm not a big fan of. But the suspension and the geometry of the suspension is pretty spot on.
Have you ever been in one?
Yeah, our buddy Randy had one. It lasted about one day before it blew up.
Ooh.
But they warranted it. They covered it all. The only other complaint I had on it was The brakes were absolutely horrible. It was like back in the old X3 days where you just keep pressing the pedal, but you don't slow down.
Dang.
It was a heavy car, but his suspension geometry and all that stuff is pretty stout.
I went in a Wildcat XX with a long travel kit in there. That thing was super smooth. I was impressed. I was
Tyler,
like, actually, this thing's pretty smooth.
Tyler loves his Wildcat. He's got one, still does. Somehow it has.
There was one on
8,000
Marketplace for like
miles?
a couple grand.
was probably his.
I almost bought it. I was like, it was like
Yeah,
$6,000 for a Wildcat. I was like,
They're pretty cheap, but dude, his Ram's good. I mean, it's basically a street bike engine, which is cool, so they last forever. But
oh yeah, back to the podcast.
back to the podcast. Now we're just sitting here rambling on some more. All right, so obviously you did that. Then you worked for Sunset Vans with the Murrays for a while, and that's where we hung out a bunch. And I've helped them, you helped them, worked there for a long time. Then you moved to Vegas. You were still working for them, doing remote. And then as of, what has it been now, 4 years?
I think 24
Is when you quit.
2 years ago, yeah.
Granted, he still had Kwiksaw Racing in the meantime. He always ran his business. That's been around for, how long has Kwiksaw been around?
It was an LLC started in January of 2018,
2018.
but the name has been around since probably 2010.
Yeah. So Kwiksaw has been in the game for a very
Yeah.
long time.
Background behind Kwiksaw is my dad had a concrete cutting company called Kwiksaw Concrete Cutting, and growing up racing, and Dad's like, "Oh, you made some stickers that said Kwiksaw Racing," and when I went to college, he said, "You're on your own now. You're 18. You can take Kwiksaw and do whatever you want with it." And I had sponsored quad racers all over the country. I had 1.26 different racers, all running Kwiksaw graphics.
And instead of changing your name or anything, you're just
Changing
like,
that,
well,
I just
it's
kept it,
staying.
yeah. And so in 2018, or I guess the end of 2017, so this is after Brentel and during the start of SEMA, I'd started doing some side designing. And I was like, make a business out of it. So I was in California, my dad's in Nevada. Like, well, let's establish this in Nevada. So I made my dad 50-50 partners with me on that. And yeah, that was the start of that. So I built a website, started becoming dealers for Rugged.
And you were a dealer for everybody now.
Yeah. Rugged, I was doing like 50 grand a month in Rugged stuff. And they ended up changing up their entire dealer program, I think, because of me.
Worked out a little bit too good in your favor, not so
I was
good
like,
in their favor.
Well, yeah, and then, yeah, pretty much, actually.
Yeah.
They got rid of their outside reps, brought all inside reps, and things started changing. Then went to a dealer portal, so you lose the connection with your sales rep.
Yeah,
You're
that's
just
a bummer.
drop shipping through an online portal now rather than talking to a rep.
So now that you've been in business doing the CAD stuff, which for you people that don't know, Troy has designed and built things for an absurd amount of companies, people. Obviously, you can't name drop all the guys because, some people don't like them to know.
I got those NDAs.
Yeah.
So yeah, the X3, I think I designed 9 different kits.
Components?
9 different suspension kits for different companies. A lot of people don't know that.
No. I mean, I always tell you guys who's doing my CAD stuff because I'm not a quarter of him on drawing.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
Every week we're learning something new.
Yeah, but
You're learning something new.
whether it's retaining in my brain or not is a different story.
Yeah.
He clicks things very fast and loses me. But what would you say, as of today, either, I got hair in my eye or something? Lick it, Troy. I got too many
I think
dogs.
you got an eyeball. Your eyeball's in your eye.
My eyeball, oh, it's there. Oh, yeah, it's still there. Good. Okay, so as of today, what was either the most complicated or, if you can say, the coolest thing? Doesn't necessarily have to be off-road oriented, but what was probably the most extravagant thing that you have CAD modeled for somebody?
The thing with probably the most components would be when I worked for Sunset Vans. We're building handicap vans. So we built a Ram ProMaster where we cut the floor out in the back, dropped it 10 inches, And then, everything changed. The suspension, the exhaust, the brake lines, all the closeouts. And then you're building the floor and the brackets and seat belts and seats and
That's a lot of work.
interior kits and
Sometimes
windows.
tubes are easier sometimes than working with that.
Yeah, that was the largest assembly. The coolest, these trucks and
You built a lot of trucks.
trucks. I mean, I didn't design this chassis. I think it's a JHC chassis, but I think this project's super cool. So, but I'm gonna be doing the design of all the brackets and stuff.
Yeah,
but
now Troy,
Lee's truck was pretty sick.
Yeah, you did a lot on Lee's.
The X3s that we did,
We did a lot of
and
X3s.
the Maverick R was pretty cool.
Yep. You've done from full-blown tube chassis for other companies, not saying for who, but he's done a few tube chassis for probably more than one company.
Yeah, we had started, me and Cole's first project was the Murray chassis, wasn't it? Or did you have something before that? So we'd built the chassis, and then it went back to Murray's to get finished. Tyler, who's now the head mechanic at Mason.
No, McMillan.
Oh no, McMillan, not. Oh, yeah. It's a Mason truck.
Mason
He's the
truck.
head mechanic
For Luke
McMillan.
Yeah, I would probably say that was the first full design. I don't remember what all we
Maybe
did. I
it
know
was-
we did the full.
I'd have to go look back and look at some files.
I know we
what
did all the
did.
tube work, everything like that.
Did
I
we
don't-
do anything before that?
God, it's been so long.
I don't think so.
I know you probably have helped me before that with like maybe some
Like a
like cages
four-seater cage or something?
window frame stuff,
Little things.
little things. But yeah, I'd probably say that was the first.
Yeah.
Was their car? I forgot that I actually built them that car.
Well, that's the car we ended up winning the Baja 1000 in.
That's true.
The same one.
God, that was a while ago. I completely forgot about that car. That was a long
That was
time
cool
ago.
winning that in a car that you built.
Yeah, that was fun. We built it and Tyler finished it. We just did the tube work and stuff like that.
Yep, and then
Gusset kit
I
stuff.
still helped Tyler design the rest of the parts for that while I worked because
It was a very light car.
yeah.
Very light.
Pretty
So
cool.
you have now, we got Kwiksaw Racing. You have Troy Barker Designs.
I have LiveRad, which stands for Las Vegas Engineering Research and Development.
Is that the one now you're doing the bumpers for trucks?
No, that's another one. That's called
That's Vantage.
Vantage.
Vantage is the
Vantage.
truck bumper. So Troy's also in the middle of designing like F350, 250, all the way Dodge, Rangers.
Yeah,
much
starting
whatever.
with the Super Duty since that's what I have.
Yeah, I mean,
So
Ford.
So far, I have front and rear bumpers for that, but
Mm-hmm.
got some more stuff in the works for that, for Vantage.
And
So
then,
yeah, that's
yeah, you've got an enormous amount of scan data from a lot of things, and so you can pretty much build just about anything and everything.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of times I just see a picture, I'm like, I can make that now.
Yes, and the main reason why Troy's here today is actually, the truck behind us. He came in here and we did a little tag team on this truck of scanning, and because we both run the same scanner and everything like that, so it makes it somewhat easy. And if we got two people on it at once, it goes by a lot faster. So he came down today and helped us 3D scan this truck, because now we got the cab sitting where we want it. Now it is the fun process for Troy of figuring out how we're going to make this thing a sealed cab, because there's a lot of little openings.
Yeah, that's going to be.
It's going to be a complicated one.
challenging
It's going to be very challenging. It's going to be.
because I've done cab cages inside of a cab, but not a cab on a chassis.
Yes, nothing where it's this gutted or cut up. And
It's good though because it's a challenge.
yeah, challenges are fun.
It's something new. I mean, if I was just doing the same thing every day, although I am just designing every day, but every
design
design
different
is
things every
different.
day.
Yeah, I was explaining it the other day. It's like a handyman job, right?
Yeah.
One day you could be building fences, one day plumbing, one day roofing.
Yep, that's exactly it.
It's still a service, but there's every project's different.
Now, where do you see you and your 36 businesses? Where do you see them being, and what's your 5-year plan?
So 5 year, I'm hoping Vantage takes off with the truck products.
Yep.
and start getting in more into manufacturing, bring manufacturing in-house. The engineering side, the live rad side, I have one intern now. He's a grad student, but I want to grow that engineering team. I want to have
A full team.
I want to have a full team that services a lot of the aftermarket.
Yeah,
off-road,
this guy works with
automotive
that company.
companies.
This guy works at that company. This guy does everybody.
or like this guy's a suspension guy. This guy's a cage guy. This guy's
Yep.
bumper guy. This guy's plastics.
Yeah, that's how you make things proficient, though, is when you have multiple people working on one, not component, but one section of a vehicle. So they get really proficient in just, like geometry and doing stuff for arms. They know the processes in and out. They know what to look for versus you got one guy that knows a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. So it's easier if you got multiple people that are very good at one thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get there at one point. Before I hired the intern, I had interviewed and offered offers out to people. They all ended up backing out, and the intern ended up finding me and asking me if I had any positions open. And I said, "Come in here, I'll train you."
I'd say that was probably the problem between, from COVID. Everybody wants to work from home, and nobody wants to be an
Yeah.
in-house person anymore.
I had so many people ask me, like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested, but I want to work from home." I'm like, to be able to build an engineering system,
You have to work in-house.
I want it all in house, and it's been awesome having Justin there.
Yep.
Because it's not an email back and forth to figure out a problem.
It's
we look
turn
at each
and
other
look.
3 feet away from each other and work on the problem together.
Yep.
Or if he's struggling, there's been times where he's actually taught me a couple things, which I was like, "Dang, all right, it's paying off."
There we go. Now, do you foresee, obviously you've got 2 boys and you're about to have, am I allowed to say?
It's not public until now.
He's having another one on the way.
Yeah.
And
having a girl due in November.
so
First girl. A little
Nice.
stressed about that. High school's going to
So you got 3
come back
kids,
and bite me.
married. Do you ever see yourself racing again? I know.
I want to.
I'm in the same boat.
I really want to. I've been thinking I've been getting back into quad racing.
Yeah, but
But there's only one series out here that races quads anymore. It works.
well, you're not young anymore either. The
I
ground
know.
hurts a lot more now.
I know. But it's more affordable.
Yeah.
I thought it was expensive then.
Yeah, when I was a kid racing dirt bikes, I was like, man, this sucks. I got to buy a chain and a dirt bike tire. It's expensive. Well, then side-by-sides came around, and I'll never complain
One tire is
about
the cost of 4 tires on a quad.
never complain about a prep on a dirt bike again because woofda.
Yeah, it's so much easier on
Yeah,
a smaller machine.
100%.
But yeah, I don't have a side-by-side or anything right now, which is
Same
first
as-
time ever.
Uh-huh.
And I've been hoping Kawasaki's 2-seater would come out. If it would have came out when the 4-seater came out, I'd have a 2-seater already.
That was my first side-by-side was a Kawasaki.
Really? The Terex?
Yeah, old T-Rex, dude.
T-Rex?
I actually, my parents still have it.
Really?
Yeah, I
Still
beat
runs?
somehow.
Sometimes.
It's got a slight bend in the frame, and
Probably jumped that sucker.
oh man, I beat the crap out of that thing. I hit so many ditches, and I never broke an A-arm. I never broke anything on it necessarily. Besides, I just bent the frame a little bit.
Kawasaki's are always known to be
They've always been stout.
well.
That thing was great. That's why I was really surprised it took them so long to finally build a good car. And I do love their 4-seater. There's a lot of things I like about it. I'm not a 4-seater guy. I don't have kids. I do have 4 dogs, but
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna get a 4-seater?" I'm like, my kids are still a ways out before
Yeah.
they're going to be able to enjoy in the side-by-side. But my family still goes to the dunes, and I wish I could go. with
yeah,
them, but
actually, speaking of which, your
One day.
dad is at the dunes in St.
he's
Anthony's right now.
St. Anthony. We went 2 years ago to St. Anthony.
Yeah, that was a fun
2
time.
years ago. It feels like yesterday. We were
I didn't feel like it was that long ago. God, that was a long drive.
How long was it? 12 hours.
Yeah,
Felt
something like that. I tried staying awake for as long as I could, and I fell asleep towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, I was tired. I didn't even do any driving, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I flew home.
Yeah.
Sucker.
So then I had to drive all the way back by myself.
Yeah, you did. I don't remember why I flew. Oh, my grandma's funeral.
Oh yeah.
That's why I had to come back.
Rest in peace, Grandma.
R.I.P. Grandma. Yeah, that was. I
That was a
forgot.
fun time though. You had
Dude, that
your
was
butt
fun.
fan.
Yeah, I had the butt fan up there flying around chasing you guys in the dunes. That was so much fun. Almost watched me hit a fence on my takeoff.
Got that on video. That was fun.
We watched Skip across the water into the
Skip living up to his name.
Yeah, living up to his
He
name.
tried. What was he? Had a raptor. He tried driving the raptor across the lake, skipping across the lake, and he
Was he on that? Or
ended
was
up
he on the
skipping.
dirt bike?
He was on the quad.
Was he on the
and
quad?
then Devin had his dirt bike. He skipped across.
Yeah,
and did
he
good.
made it across. That's right.
Which that video ended up blowing up when I posted that.
Yeah.
It's like, who did it better, Skip or Devin?
And then we went over to that. What was the guy's house that we went over to?
My dad's friend.
One of your dad's friends, but had the sickest backyard. Like, it is, I don't know what river that was that's behind him, but he has a river that runs through his property. Then he has like this pond. He's all into like shooting guns and like trap shooting and skeet shooting and stuff. And then he's into golfing. So he had like a 55-gallon barrel of golf balls and this little platform, and had a game we were trying to hit this shed or whatever. And
I can't hit a golf ball straight to save my life.
if I remember correctly, I won the skeet shooting contest.
I think that's pure luck, though.
It was just pure talent and athleticism.
That's because me and my dad both got hit in the shins from that stupid thrower. Remember?
That's right. Yeah, the
Me and my dad
pitching
had
a break and hit you guys as a
matching wounds.
Either way,
That was fun.
that was a lot of fun. That was a good time. The weather was way nicer up there
Oh, yeah.
than it is right now
It's
here.
freaking hot down here.
And it sucks.
I'm not made for the heat.
I used to always hate winter, and I love summer. But the older I get, for whatever reason, now I'm like, of course, we've had some pretty mild winters, so I really don't mind it as much now.
I always loved the winter because where we lived in Elko is out
Well,
dirt
yeah, you
roads.
guys get
when
freaking
it snowed,
freezing.
we just take the quad out and we tie sleds to it and take it down the roads.
Yeah, we didn't get enough snow here for that.
No.
We'd get enough to walk outside, look at it for 30 seconds,
Before it
then,
melted?
then it's gone. But
So you haven't had a real winter.
no, we don't get a lot of real winters. I mean, this town was, if it got like a couple inches of snow, school would get shut down because nobody here knows how to drive in snow.
I remember walking home in the snow.
Uphill both ways.
Yeah. Barefoot.
Yeah, that's how my dad was. I walked uphill both ways to school.
Did you take a school bus? Did you have a school bus you guys took to school?
I did once in a while, but I mean, Kingman's not very big. Otherwise, I'd get rides from friends or ride my little pedal bike.
We lived out in the sticks, so we had to take a school bus of like 20 minutes into Elko. But it was cool. That's where I learned my sales skills. So I was burning CDs. I'd go to Albertsons and buy
Back in the LimeWire days here.
LimeWire. I was burning CDs. You could buy candy bars, 4 for $1 back then. I was slinging those on the bus. I ended up getting suspended because I was selling stuff on the bus. But it wasn't drugs or anything. It was,
No, you're just an
candy,
entrepreneur of goods.
Yeah, that's what my parents said. It's like, I don't know why you're like.
Of course, that was
He's
back in the
learning.
day of burning CDs was frowned upon.
Yeah.
For
A
people that don't
Walkman.
know what burning CDs is, it's putting music on a CD. And for people that don't know what CDs is, it's the thing that came after the floppy disk.
The people we're talking about right now is for like Justin, who's never even probably held a CD.
That's
It's so
true.
crazy working with someone from a whole different generation. He
Yeah.
hasn't seen the movies we grew up with.
Oh, I know. We were just talking about that
CDs,
yesterday. All the movies that he
DVDs.
hasn't seen. That it's so wild. The stuff that kids don't know nowadays. That I'm so glad I grew up in the '90s because
Yeah.
it was.
We grew up
was so much
in the
fun.
best time.
I do wish that I don't know. I would have liked to growing up in the '70s. I feel like I like hot rods. So, granted, the off-road trucks were not near as capable then.
Did everyone in school have hot rods though? Because we see like the 70s cars were like all.
Oh, I feel like everybody did. I know my dad and uncle. They had every.
Oh yeah.
They went through a lot of vehicles, but there wasn't really much to do in time back then besides circle track racing or drag car stuff, and drugs and alcohol and
Sex and
rock and roll. It was kind of hence the '70s.
That would have been a fun time.
That'd have been a great time. I'd like to have been fun.
Your parents are older than mine, I think, right?
Yes.
Quite a bit
My
older.
dad's birthday's tomorrow.
Ooh. Did you get him anything?
No.
Oh, we better get him something.
Me, my mom, my brother, we all tried figuring out what to buy him. He has everything.
He needs some crutches. How's his hip doing?
Yeah, he's good on that. Now he's just waddling around now.
Get him a walker as like a gag gift.
Get him one of those little electric
There
scooters.
you go.
Wow. No, he's doing good. So otherwise, that's about it on that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to add in before we end this episode 3 of Friday Racing Hot Seat?
No, I mean, it's been great hanging out with you and working with you for all these years.
He's just buttering me up right now.
I should have.
He's gonna send me a bill tomorrow for this.
Yeah, I will.
1 hour podcast.
You can just give me some of the ad revenue.
Oh yeah, of our
3 cents.
300 followers. Speaking of which, can you guys like and share and follow? That'd be fantastic.
Subscribe. Friday Racing.
Comment. Ask me a question about the riding their motorcycles. Otherwise, I guess Corey will be the next one, which I won't be doing the interview on that one because, I have to sit on the other side of the camera and, tell him if he doesn't say nice things. Hold him at gunpoint and make sure he says good things. John will be doing that one. Otherwise, Troy Barker with Kwiksaw Racing, Live Rad, Vantage, Troy Barker Designs. Man, I think that's
X3 Daily. I got like 8 Instagrams.
Yeah, he does have a lot of Instagrams.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's been a
I
great
appreciate
time.
it, and we will see you guys next
Signing
go-round.
off. Cool.
Jonathan, turn your camera off! Mom, meatloaf!
Hurry! I got swass.
My back's sweaty again.
Turn that fan back on.
Help me. Tom Cruise.